LEAM, one of the key strategic bases for aircraft operations. LEAM is where the heart of military and civilian transport comes alive. Located in England, this station serves as a hub for scheduled flights reaching destinations across the globe, from Nairobi and Singapore to Adelaide, Australia. Equipped with a fleet of Comets and Bristols, LEAM is more than just a transit point. It boasts its own customs and excise department, ensuring smooth personnel movements, whether they're arriving, departing, or in transit. But what truly sets LEAM apart? Let's dive into what makes this base the backbone of Transport Command, and why it's famous for its role in moving people and cargo across the world. Their primary mission, to rapidly redeploy strategic rescue teams to trouble spots at a moment's notice. Once there, they seamlessly transition to mounting tactical operations as the situation demands. But their role doesn't stop there. They also handle a range of secondary tasks, including routine scheduled flights, moving both freight and passengers across the globe, overseas VIP flights, and conducting crucial training exercises with the Army and other units within the Royal Air Force. The aircraft in this fleet often have unusual and intriguing names like Sirius, Alder, Baran, and Polaris, each one adding a unique touch to the force's identity. The operations block does exactly what its name suggests. It controls flight movements, managing the complex logistics behind each mission. In fact, it might just be the largest, most dynamic moving operation in the world. Inside the operations room, the crews have access to nearly all the information they need to prepare for their next flight, ensuring everything runs smoothly from takeoff to landing. The schedules are precise and the right people are always in place. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 52 weeks a year. Transport Command is constantly on the move. The items they handle are as varied as they come, ranging from nuts and bolts to aircraft engines, from Army Jeeps to fire engines. Nothing is too small and nothing is too large. In fact, there's almost nothing they won't attempt. The only deciding factors, whether the item can fit into the aircraft and if the specified weight limit is met. With overnight accommodation and meals at top-notch restaurants, Liam offers a service that rivals, if not surpasses, any civilian operation. However, it's a service reserved strictly for military personnel and service-sponsored civilians, including, of course, the families of servicemen. There are also many occasions when Her Majesty the Queen and His Royal Highness Prince Philip travel with this elite arm of the Royal Air Force, adding an extra layer of prestige to an already impressive. Comets and Braniff have covered an astounding 8.1 million miles in just 1 year, carrying 72,000 passengers and 9,000 tons of freight, quite a distance and an enormous load. As takeoff time nears, final checks are being made down to the last detail. Outside, on the apron, the aircraft stands ready, awaiting its first destination, Aden, located at the southern entrance to the Red Sea. From thousands of feet above, we gaze down at Aden, a bustling town of 150,000 people, emerging from stark desert sands. Our aircraft taxis into Kakar, name of Aden's RAF station, which is responsible for supplying the entire Arabian Peninsula. This force plays a crucial role in maintaining goodwill with England, delivering essential supplies to places once reachable only by camel trains. Aden, a historic port of call for vessels sailing to all corners of the globe, was once a military fortress. Today, it's a hub for trade and connection, bridging the past with the modern world. Desert ships of the At Core Maxar, the primary mission is the receipt of stores from England and their subsequent transshipment to the army stationed upcountry. This critical task is carried out using the mighty Beverly aircraft, a true workhorse of the skies. With a wingspan of 162 feet and a length of nearly 100 feet, the Beverly is powered by 4 robust Bristol Centaurus engines, making it an impressive force in the air. Designed as a freight carrier, it can be quickly converted to transport 94 fully armed troops or 70 paratroopers. Its maximum payload, a staggering 35,000 pounds, proving it's built to carry the heaviest loads with ease. However, not everything always goes according to plan. There are times when a forced landing becomes necessary, and often it's in the middle of isolated, inhospitable terrain, far from help and in some of the harshest conditions imaginable. To tackle contingencies like these, control points are strategically placed along overseas routes, backed by a comprehensive stock of spare parts for nearly every type of aircraft. No matter how badly an aircraft becomes unserviceable, or how remote the location of the forced landing, it's usually possible to get assistance to the trouble spot within 24 hours, ensuring that help is always just around the corner, no matter the situation. Years ago, maintaining huge stocks of spare parts was essential, but with the advent of jet technology, the world has become much smaller. Today, even major parts and supplies can be flown out with speed and precision, drastically reducing the need for vast inventories. Despite the constant activity at LM, the work never stops. A helicopter touches down, carrying a casualty to ensure they're under the doctor's care as quickly as possible. Meanwhile, back in the operations room, the team is hard hard at work, ensuring that the aircraft are ready to take off and continue their critical missions, no matter the hour. At this moment, RAF cadets are making their journey to join their unit, and the station certainly isn't short on glamour either. The boys can't help but feel a bit starstruck when in the company of the girls in blue. Our next stop, an island in the middle of the Indian Ocean. The island itself is nearly just a dot on the map, but down we go through the clouds, preparing to land on the 8,700-foot-long runway. Gan is located 600 miles southwest of Ceylon and just 2,000 miles from Singapore. Equipped with the latest navigation aids, it supports round-the-clock operations. Believed to have been inhabited for over 700 years, the island spans 612 miles, long and 10 miles wide, making it a key strategic location. In times of emergency, it could play a crucial role in fulfilling Britain's obligations under the Southeast Asia Treaty Organization, SEATO. As night falls on the tropical island of Gan, back in England, RAF LUM continues its bustling operations. It's as cosmopolitan as any major airport. American officers, working on an exchange program, fly alongside their British counterparts within the Royal Air Force. As they plan the next journey for us, it's fascinating to note that Transport Command is fundamentally divided into three elements: the strategic force, operating Comets and Braniffs; the medium-range force, using Beverlys and Hastings; the short-range force, deploying helicopters and single- and twin-engine Pioneers. And finally, this is a varsity plane landing at Liam, so named because its crews are drawn from university-trained pilots, adding an extra layer of expertise to the operation. Training is a key part of the operation, and here's a Canadian officer who will be joining us on our next journey. So, where are we headed? Nairobi, Kenya, a name that stirs the imagination. Nairobi is not just a city, it's a staging post for the Aircraft of Transport Command, connecting the far corners of the world. A modern city, just 327 miles from Mombasa, it's a colorful, vibrant, and incredibly important hub on the vast continent of Africa. At the Spread Eagle Hotel, a favorite among officers who know the ropes, relaxation is just a step away. The swimming pool provides the perfect spot for fun and unwinding, all under the brilliant African sun. While the swimming pool offers relaxation, not everyone finds it so easy to unwind, especially at Nairobi's magnificent racecourse, where a few happy or not so happy hours and your money can be spent in a heartbeat. One of Nairobi's most famous attractions, however, is its national park, where you can spend the day watching wildlife in its natural habitat, a different kind of game entirely. The park stretches across vast miles of land, with lush, tropical vegetation that's as fascinating as it is vibrant. The country's rich soil makes it incredibly fertile. Just about anything can grow here. But this is not what's growing here. This is a postmark for Eastleigh, which happens to be the name of Nairobi's RAF station, just as Kakar was the station. In Aden, Eastleigh serves as the hub for operations in this region. No matter if it's north, south, east, or west, Transport Command can handle it all. As the Governor-General of Kenya prepares to leave for the United Kingdom, the wheels of the operation continue to turn ever onward. As the Governor-General of Kenya departs for the United Kingdom, we make our way back to Liam, ready to see where the next journey will take us. It's almost like coming back home. We've grown so familiar with the place. Let's see what's on the agenda. Well, it's clear there's another ride on the horizon with the boys of Transport Command. They certainly live life to the fullest. It used to be, join the Navy and see the world. But now it's more like, join the air. Force and see the world, faster. Next stop, Changi. And hey presto, here we are. Located just 10 10 miles from Singapore, Changi is the headquarters of the Far East Air Force. Often referred to as the RAF's Clapham Junction of the East, it's a hub where so much air traffic moves through that it feels like the very heartbeat of the region. Changi boasts a fantastic officers club, and I won't need to say much. Every picture tells a story. As for Singapore's most famous landmark, it's the iconic Raffles Hotel, named after the British governor, Sir Stamford Raffles, who played a pivotal role in the founding of modern Singapore. In Singapore, the phrase East meets West truly comes to life. It's one of the most fascinating and startling places in the world, where the blending of cultures is palpable at every corner. Not only is it home to the thriving Far East film industry, yes, they have one too, but also Shaw House, a landmark that embodies both modernity and tradition. Scenes like these serve as a constant reminder that the past is never far behind. In the bustling harbor, thousands of ships dock daily, and the charming, old-fashioned sampans continue to serve as local transport, keeping the spirit of the past alive amidst the city's rapid modern growth. They say someone once gave an order to head down to the warehouse, and that's how these warehouses came to be called go-downs. How true this is, I can't say for certain, but it certainly sounds plausible. As for the cure for all ills, whether you rub it on or just eat it, you'd hardly believe it, but it's Tiger Balm. Tiger Balm Park is a place like no other. What sets it apart? Well, it's obvious as soon as you step inside. With its archways, gauze models, and lakes, it's a kaleidoscope of color and interest. The obelisk here honors the founders of Tiger Balm Park, encapsulating the spirit of the East under a sky of the deepest blue. Of a clear blue sky, sometimes the unexpected happens. His parachute is caught in a tree, and now he's on the ground with a broken leg. But this isn't an accident. This is a practice drop designed to test the effectiveness of casualty evacuation in tough, rugged terrain. It's an essential part of the day-to-day operations, ensuring that no matter the circumstances, the team is prepared for any challenge. Accidents can happen even in the most well-regulated environments, and illness always seems to strike when least expected. Despite doctors, nurses, and hospitals being ready, willing, and able, you never truly know where trouble might strike. This is exactly why the casualty evacuation section must always be on high alert, prepared for any situation, no matter where or when it may occur. Extremely effective in jungle operations, helicopters are put to excellent use. With their ability to hover, land in confined spaces, and lift heavy loads, they're invaluable when it comes to evacuation tasks. Their versatility makes them a critical asset in navigating and responding to the challenges of difficult terrain. He's down there somewhere waiting in the clearing, ready for the pickup. Completed. That's it. We've all heard of transport command, but how many of us truly understand its significance? The tremendous work done by the men and women who serve in what could be called the lifeline of the Royal Air Force. Just as their cargoes are often hidden away, so is the vast and varied territory over which they fly. Across snow and sand, over oceans, mountains, and through dense, dangerous jungles. The world may be round, but Transport Command circles it relentlessly, flying from one end to the other, by day and by night.